Good Monday, everyone. Thanks for stopping by. Garden State Weather and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com providing superior forecasting for the northern mid-Atlantic region 24 hours a day. I'm forecaster Robert Smith with the video forecast discussion for Monday, the 22nd of December 2014. It's our first full day into the winter season. And it's been like 1 week now where we've had cloud cover over the forecast region for one reason or another. And this morning is no exception. We've got cloudy skies at basically every location here in the New Jersey, New York City, Philadelphia metropolitan area, including the lower Hudson Valley and also Long Island. Temperatures are pretty stable and uniform. They range anywhere from the mid to 30s into the lower 40s, basically at Montauk Point. That's the warmest. So temperatures are basically running everywhere in the 30s, and the winds are calm. And as a result of this, we still have high pressure rising over the forecast region today, but you wouldn't really notice it with all this cloud cover in place. Morning pass of the visible satellite imagery this morning shows the cloud cover in place across the entire region as the satellite's passing offshore in this particular image. Latest water vapor image shows our area of low pressure and inverted trough exiting off the Carolina coast, where all the lifting is now focused out over the ocean. And we still have a couple of disturbances here just to the north and also to the west this morning. And the radar is showing that the rain across the Carolinas is going to be washing out over the ocean, south and east of our region. We have another disturbance here in the Central Plains moving up towards the Great Lakes. And this will mean that a warm front will be moving through the region during this afternoon, and the chances of rain will be increasing from probably tomorrow into a Wednesday night as well. Morning surface chart from weatherroanoke.com and digital atmosphere software shows that trough access now with our nearly stationary frontal boundary off the southeast coast that's moving out towards the ocean. High pressure is still ridging down across the northern mid-Atlantic region with cloudy skies at most locations and some weak troughing too to the north and west. Watches, warnings, and advisories. We do have a few here for the lower Hudson Valley region, extreme northwestern New Jersey, which would include Sussex County and then out into the Poconos. And this is for freezing rain advisory from 6 p.m. this evening through 4 a.m. on Tuesday. Portions of northeastern Pennsylvania and northwestern New Jersey, ice accumulation a trace to a couple of hundredths of an inch. Light freezing rain may mix with sleet or snow early this evening before changing over to all freezing rain this evening and overnight. The freezing rain is expected to change to complete rain by daybreak Tuesday. Obviously, any hazardous travel conditions at times during tonight, especially on untreated roadways and also bridges and underpasses. Temperatures will remain in the lower 30s. Watches, warnings, and advisories for the east shores of Long Island Sound into the coastal waters here off southern New England here. We have small craft advisories from 1 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Tuesday, and that's for east winds at 10 to 20 knots, gust up to 25 knots, and seas between 4 to 6 feet. And on the aviational weather deck this morning, we have basically some IFR conditions between 500 and 1,000 feet across northeastern New Jersey, the New York City metropolitan area out towards Long Island. Here we're showing a bit of fog and lower obscuration to the clouds here. Not so much fog, but definitely obscuration with the lower clouds in place. And to the south and southwest, we have MVFR conditions this morning in place. Currently, we have some IFR conditions and MVFR conditions across the northern half of the area. Obviously, this will continue probably to sag south towards Philadelphia this morning, and there could be some breaks as it retreats back to the north during this morning. A brief period of VFR conditions possible later. However, that will be temporary as additional MVFR sealing should return to the terminal areas by late afternoon and evening hours as rainfall moves into the area. And as we move into the evening and overnight hours, we expect ceilings to lower to IFR with light rain or drizzle continuing into the overnight hours. Winds are mostly light and variable right now, or calm this morning. The wind direction is from the northeast, northwest to north rather, and the winds will increase to around 5 knots out of the northeast to east during the day and continuing into this evening and overnight. Conditions possibly lowering to MVFR category with a chance of light rain on Tuesday, MVFR to IFR conditions with rain on Tuesday night, and Wednesday night MVFR and IFR conditions with rain likely. The rain may be heavy at times. Thursday, Christmas Day, conditions improving to VFR with gusty west winds, and on Thursday night and Friday, mainly VFR. Right now, outside of Newark, New Jersey, we have 36 degrees, dew point 32, humidity 85%. The wind is out of the northeast at 6, visibility 10 miles, few clouds at 800 and 1200, respectively, which are very low clouds. And basically a light northeast wind under 10 knots. The light rain gets in here late tonight into late this afternoon across the terminals, and then continues with light rain and drizzle overnight into the early morning hours tomorrow before dawn. Philadelphia is freezing this morning, 32. Dew point 25, humidity 75%. The wind is northwest at 5. Cloudy skies 2200, 8000, and 24,000. We expect light rain to get into the region late this afternoon, and then the light rain and drizzle will continue into the morning hours and overnight. Latest morning run of the HRR Rapid Refresh High Resolution model shows a little bit of that cloud cover breaking up across the region in parts this afternoon before the clouds really went out, and the light rain and drizzle increases as a warm front approaches the region with inverted trough off the coast with our area of low pressure, and our deeper low pressure system moving up towards the Great Lakes, dragging that warm front through with light rain and drizzle overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. NAMWRF composite reflectivity forecast from Penn State's eWall site shows the cloud cover in place. Here comes the onshore flow, and here comes the light rain and drizzle for late tonight into early tomorrow morning. And then a little bit of a break in the action, still lots of clouds and cool temperatures for the region tomorrow morning on Tuesday. And of course, we'll still have some spotty light rain and drizzle as the warm front makes its way through. And then a steadier bout of rain showers will move through the region by late tomorrow night into early Wednesday morning too, and into the afternoon as we have this low pressure area across the Great Lakes moving into the St. Lawrence River Valley, and the cold front still lying back out to the west. And we could get a little dry sectored here early in the period or mid to late afternoon on Wednesday, but chances are we won't really clear it out until Wednesday night late and Thursday morning proper on Christmas Day. GFS maps into motion from the College of DuPage at the Next Generation Weather Lab there. Yeah, here comes the light rain, here comes the cooler air in place, rain throughout the region. Even though the rainfall amounts are generally less than they were earlier forecast to be, maybe 3/4 of an inch to 1.25 inches, maybe some flooding around the region, small street flooding. Nothing major here. All of our rivers and tributaries can definitely handle this. Cold front comes through early in the morning before dawn on Thursday. The rain begins to exit. Blustery conditions, cold conditions, windy conditions on Christmas Day with a variable mix of cloud and sun. Then more high pressure begins, a zonal flow pattern. Another cold front approaches the region, but most of the lifting is in Canada. That would be for Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening as the cold front comes through, and then just a reinforcing shot of northwesterly winds, downsloping air, chilly, cool conditions, even under the dome of high pressure building over the forecast region late next weekend into early next week. And of course, then we approach the last day of the year, basically 2014. Looks like a southern stream energy system will be moving off the Carolina coast, and we could have some frozen precipitation around here early on a Wednesday morning and Wednesday afternoon as that exits. It looks like it's going to be dry in Times Square right now, but then we have another trough and cold front moving through the upper Great Lakes region in the polar stream, and that will move through the region probably sometime during the day on January 1st. Overall, it's a cold and benign weather pattern, but it looks like things are going to get stormier, and we'll talk about that in the long-range video forecast discussion coming out later this morning. So I'm going to do another video forecast discussion later this morning entailing the long-range outlook for later this month into the beginning part of January, where we think the atmosphere is going. There's a lot of signals that are on the playing field here that are in agreement, and a lot of signals that are not, and definitely the models are not handling the situation beyond 7 days with any kind of great accuracy at all. For Garden State Weather on gardenstateweather.blogspot.com, a forecaster Robert Smith. You make it a pleasant Monday, and we'll be back with the detailed extended video forecast discussion later on this morning.